Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 7 of the Turbo Tuesday podcast, sponsored and powered, of course, by NXTGEN Racing. Tonight's going to be a little bit different from the norm. We've got a wonderful quiz upcoming, which we hope you'll all take part in. A Google form is in the YouTube chat, as well as on Facebook at the moment. You can take part. But as ever, we can't have a quiz just by myself, because I'll talk for far too long. So joining me, as always, tonight, we've got Jordan.
Good evening.
And we've got Mr. Mikey himself as well.
You alright, lads? How are we?
Hi. Hello. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this.
Should be a good one.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
boys.
Good Christmas though, yeah? All jolly good. Yeah.
Well, about as good as it can be in current conditions and all.
Well, yeah. There's one way of looking at it, I suppose.
So, basically, for this quiz that we've got tonight, it's going to be 30 questions split into 3 different sections. 10 questions for each section, of course, and we'll all take our turns in terms of who's going to be speaking on which section. So Mikey will be doing the first section on your chosen category, Mikey.
It is the British Touring Car Championship.
British Touring Car Championship. Then it will come over to my section, which is on Formula 1. And then it'll go over to Jord, which is your specialist section of?
Rallying in general, so a bit of British Rally Championship, World Rally Championship, and the formerly known IRC.
So it's going to be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. So we've put the quiz out there. It's in the Facebook group at the moment. I'm just putting it into a few different chats at the moment whilst I'm talking along, so bear with me if we're a little bit slow. We're all firing a few things across, aren't we? For the 3 of us, just make sure everyone can take part as where we can now. Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, it was quite a quick fire idea to come up with. Yeah, I think we only decided yesterday we were definitely going to do it. About, well, you said, Jack, about 10 o'clock last night.
Yeah. Well, you had the idea originally, Jordan, and then we just didn't. We sat on it for about a week and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. But here we are. We're doing it. That's the main thing.
Yeah, we are doing it.
I don't know whether it's worth giving it 5-10 minutes chat. So let's talk about what's to come at Next Gen whilst we get people in ready to start the quiz. Because obviously we want to give them a little bit of a chance to actually get the form up.
Of course. Sure. I know exactly what that reference is.
I could provide some sort of world-class Elvis music if required.
I think we'll be alright, actually.
Well, you're getting it now, aren't you?
Oh, no, because we don't want to get copyright strikes. That's the last thing we want.
Yeah.
That's the last thing we want. I know. But there's a couple of things to talk about, obviously. I mean, we're looking forward. Next week's the start of our season 19 part 2, if you can call it that. It's a longer than usual break because of Christmas, but we get a chance to see everyone into the new year in 2021, and a lot of new entrants popping up in a few leagues. The F1 league in particular, we've already had 2, potentially maybe 3 or 4 coming in, so that'll be nice for Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, actually, F1 League, 5 races to go. I think we're heading to Singapore, aren't we, for Tuesday? Indeed. Which is not going to be very fun, but there we go.
I'm going to throw a 10 on the line now. Jack damages his front wing.
Out of the pits. Practice out of the pits, mate. That's when he's going to do it.
It should actually be a guess the minute of when Jack will crash.
Guess the minute, that's generous. Guess the second.
Shut off. No, but it is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that, and it's well deserved. We've persevered with the F1 League, and it's now nice to see that we're getting a number of entries coming into the fall. So that's that. We've got, obviously, I'm hoping, I haven't asked him yet, I forgot to today, to have a special guest coming in for next Tuesday. So don't know what Mikey's doing. I could just hear music in the background.
Sorry, I was just checking something on my guitar.
But I haven't asked him yet, so I'm not going to say anything just yet. But it would be the perfect time to get him in. So hopefully,
it's always fun when we've got a guest because it means I can actually stand a chance of ripping into Jack. I mean, banter with Jack.
Yeah.
It's always nice.
But, to be fair, we kind of kick off the new year with chaos, really, don't we, Jack? In terms of the minis, along with the World Touring Cars and the Ginetta GT4 League, all on Wednesday. Not Wednesday, Monday.
On Monday, yeah, I was going to say. So, I mean, that's going to be good, and I think it's what I mean by this is the perfect time to do it is that we've had a break, we come back. This host will be racing on Monday. It'd be a good time to get them in to talk about the league because we don't, other than it being broadcast, we don't really get the chance to speak to them. They're a good friend of ours, so hopefully that they'll be able to come in and have a chat if they're free. That's the key points. So hopefully by giving them a week in advance, they'll be able to organise it with their respective partner. they'll be allowed.
Have you taken the bins out? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
So we've got.
As I say, it's going to be good, yeah. So, lots of stuff kicking off. Obviously, Lambo's on Tuesday, and the GT3 League kicks back off on the Wednesday for ACC. Dave Whitehouse, yes, the first sheet is the British Touring Car section, which Mikey will be opening up with, and I think we've talked for long enough. We've allowed people to open up their forms and quiz sheets ready.
Yeah, well, I think we're good to go. I hope that Mikey is ready. He's got his 10 questions fired up. If he doesn't know where they are, they're in the group chat, so he can get to them from there.
I'm well prepared for once, mate. You know what I mean? 2020 is nearly finished for me, so I'm buzzing.
Quizmaster Keating over there.
Silence in the quiz, please. Silence. So, are we ready, chaps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire us off for question number 1, friend.
Question number 1. Who won the first British Touring Car Championship in 1958?
Give everyone a bit of time, I think, to answer.
Question again. Who won the British Touring Car Championship in 1958?
Yeah. 1958. What was that? 62 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah, well, it does, because those three weren't probably popped out till, what, 20 odd years ago, so, yeah, it's a few years.
I mean, if you'd have just said us two about 20 odd years ago, that would have made sense, but the fact that you almost forgot your own age made me worry for a minute.
Mate, it's been
a long time.
It's been a long time since it's my birthday, okay? Okay, right, we're going off track here, guys. Come on. Question number 2. Which UK city circuit was used during the championship in the 1980s?
I think if anyone wants any clarity on that, it's a city in the UK.
I'll say it again. Which UK city hosted the British Touring Car Championship during the 1980s? Okay, question 3. Who is the youngest driver to become the British Touring Car Champion?
I think you've missed one, mate.
I have, mate. I have, mate. I thought that was question. I just looked down. I was like, oh, I missed that one. Right, I'll go back to that one in a minute. But, okay, question 3. Who is the youngest driver to become the British Touring Car Champion?
Obviously, the good thing is in the Google form, people can see what the questions are.
Yeah, because so I do apologise. Okay, back to what should be question 3, which is now question 4. Where did Tiff Nadal win his only British touring car race? You will also receive a bonus point for telling us what year. Again, where did Tiff Nadal win his only British touring car championship race? Also a bonus point for what year as well. Okay. Right, next one, question 5. Back on track now. Who led the most laps in the British touring cars this year?
It's a good question, that one, actually.
Who led the most laps during the British touring cars this year? Okay, question 6. Who was the last driver to win in a championship? Sorry, who was the last driver to win a championship in a front-wheel drive car? You will also receive an additional point for telling us what the car was.
It doesn't need to be too technical on the car.
Oh, it was not a car.
No, I think that would be make it a little bit easier.
So we just go for the last driver to win in a front wheel drive?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Go.
Sorry, I was just giving people a bit of extra time with that one.
They don't need time.
I'll be respectful. I'm taking this Quizmaster serious, Who finished last in the 2020 British Touring Car Championship? Again, who finished last in the 2020 British Touring Car Championship? Okay. How many drivers took part in this year's season during the British Touring Cars?
See, that's an interesting question, because obviously some drivers made one-off appearances due to obviously Paramaxed.
Yeah, not just Paramax as well.
No. But Paramax's the big one.
Technically speaking, there's a technicality to this question as well. Because there's a driver who's not classified in the championship.
Is there?
Yeah. Actually links back to the person who finished last in the championship. Again, the technicalities on that question too.
Okay. Right, on to the next one. When did Jason Plato make his debut in the British Touring Cars? You will also get a point for what circuit?
Now the last one, I'll need a little bit of clarity.
Okay, this one split up a bit. We've got a NXTGEN based question, so all you oldies might have a bit of an advantage over the new boys, but we'll see. Who has won the most next-gen Race of Winners championships? Say again, who has won the most next-gen Race of Winners championship?
You can get, I think for this one we can say you can either give us the PSN name or you can give us their name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll accept that. Yeah.
I think that's fair, isn't it?
And
We'll accept that on the technicality. Yeah.
Because it's the same person.
It's been hard not to be.
And I think the other thing to note as well is that it's not just limited to the one game we did. We've done Race of Winners across multiple games.
So Project Cars 1, Project Cars 2, Assetto Corsa, Gran Turismo Sport.
iRacing and stuff like that, didn't we? Have
Not yet, no.
No, not yet. That'll probably come soon.
Yeah, and I'll be playing Slash songs on my Strat.
Is that the end of your section, Mike?
It is, mate. That would be the end of the questions regarding the British Touring Car Championship.
Awesome saucepan. So we'll move it on. Moving on to the Formula One section. This one's written by me. If Dave Whitehouse is listening, you'll like some of these questions. They're right up your street. For those that are sort of generally interested in Formula One, I'm sorry. Before we start. Okay, so question number 1 of my section, or 11 overall. Who finished last in this year's Formula One Drivers' Championship? And I have to say, what a season it was.
Yeah.
Very good fun. And I will repeat that. Who finished last in this year's 2020 Formula One Drivers' Championship?
Before you start doing the McDonald's theme, it's next gen.
Question number 2 of the Formula One section. Which drivers made their Formula One debuts at the Italian Grand Prix in 2001? When I say drivers, that means more than one. So this is within a few people's ballpark quite easily. And this is, I'll throw this to Mikey and Jordan. They can message me in the chat who they think the answers are for question number 2.
I've got a feeling it's going to be popular ones, like, so it's going to be ones I should know.
Number 2, just to repeat it again, which drivers made their Formula One debuts at the Italian Grand Prix in 2001? Question number 3. Giancarlo Baghetti won the 1961 French Grand Prix, but who did he overtake on the final corner to win the race? Bit of a fact about Giancarlo Baghetti. He's, technically speaking, the only driver ever to win on their Formula One debut. I say technically because some would say Giuseppe Farina won the 1950, the first ever race, but then again it was everyone's debut, and Johnny Parsons won an Indy 500, but again, technicalities on that one. Baghetti won it in 61, and it was the only podium he ever had.
Is he the only person to be named after a food to win a race as well?
Shut up.
Hey, I've just thought I'm going to get a soundboard for you for when you say technicality. I'm literally just every time just technicality. Just
to repeat that though, Giancarlo Baghetti won the 1961 French Grand Prix, but who did he overtake on the final corner to win the race? Question number 4. What is the name of Williams F1 team's new owners? obviously not owned by Sir Frank Claire anymore, obviously. Got a new company who's took them over. Didn't score any points this year, unfortunately, for Williams. The worst season on record in terms of points. But I'll just repeat that again. What is the name of Williams F1 team's new owners who took over this year? Number 5. In 1992, Ferrari debuted the F92A, a car that scored only 2 podiums. But what drivers drove the car during the season? And when I say drove the car during the season, I mean took part in F1 Grand Prix. We're not including test drivers, we're saying those that were officially entered into the Grand Prix. I'll just repeat that one more time. In 1992, Ferrari debuted the F92A, a car that scored only 2 podiums, but what drivers drove the car that season? Question number 6. How many Grand Prix had Sergio Perez competed in before winning his first race at the Sakir Grand Prix? Now, a note on this one, just so people know, we are classing the number as the races he took part in, not those that he entered but failed to start the race. So bear in mind he's had 3 races where he'd entered but didn't take part. 2 of them this year due to COVID, and the other one in Monaco a few years back when he was at Sauber. So those 3 were taken out of the total. It was a great win. I was well chuffed for him.
But also in some respects also very disappointed.
Yeah. But like all plucky Brits, they're not going to win. It's the problem, the plucky Brit.
What's that unless your last name's Hamilton?
Just before we go forward, guys, anyone looking at the form might notice a bit of a spell mistake. So it's just a quick, that'll be my bad. Just put my hands up to that. So on the next question, instead of course site, it says course Asians, but you get the gist. So.
Yeah.
Just a repeat on number 6. How many Grand Prix had Sergio Perez competed in before winning his first race at the Sakir Grand Prix? Alrighty, number 7. Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris have now both scored podiums for McLaren, but before them, who was the last driver to do so? I should have really given a bonus point if they could have said what Grand Prix it was. But hey ho, I'm sure Jordan knows this.
I think I know, yeah.
So question 7, just to repeat again. Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris have now both scored podiums for McLaren, but before them, who was the last driver to do so in a McLaren car? Question number 8. How many Grand Prix did Coloni F1 fail to qualify for? The answer is quite a lot.
I'm assuming this is a record.
I believe it is.
Hey, if that's the answer, happy days, isn't it? You just give it away to everyone.
Yeah, but I'm the drivers that they had, actually, to be fair, they weren't too shabby. They had Nicola Larini, Tarquini, Roberto Moreno, Bertrand Gaccio. A couple of decent drivers there, to be honest.
Who, Alberto Moreno?
No, Roberto Moreno, not the Liverpool footballer, or former Liverpool footballer.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't speak of him.
Yeah, but just to repeat on number 8, how many Grand Prix did Cologne F1 fail to qualify for? And they're still going to this day, funnily enough.
How?
Not as an F1 team. They compete in sort of Formula 3 and stuff, like the regional.
No wonder. I was going to say,
Yeah.
if you can't qualify in German, why would you want to stay in a sport you can't qualify for?
I know. Question number 9, or from my section at least. Who won BRM's final Grand Prix victory? BRM, obviously, famous team. They were laughed at to begin with. Obviously, British Racing Motors built an engine that broke down a lot. They built a car that failed a lot. But then they got their act together. Obviously,
else broke.
Graham Hill won a championship with them. Nicky Lauda drove for them. Jackie Stewart drove for them. They're a very successful team. But who won their final Grand Prix with victory?
I always remember the scene in Rush when Lauda comes into the BRM workshop and just goes, change that. There you go.
Oh, Calzone and stuff as well.
Yeah, Regazzoni.
That's the one. Calzone.
Yeah, Calzone's an Italian form of pizza.
Yes, it's an Italian pasty. All right, let's just. Can you tell I'm hungry right now?
Hello.
Oh yeah.
And lastly, from my section, this is a next-gen question, just to separate it out from the Formula Ones. Who won the most individual races across the 15 seasons worth of Race of Winners events? Bear in mind the first Race of Winners event started on Project Cars 1 way back at season 3.
I was there to witness that. I feel old saying that now, like it's one of those little like, I was there at the beginning.
The way you said that made you sound old as well. I'm not gonna lie. It's like
I was
there
weird,
to
I want to
witness.
say right now.
I was there, man.
You didn't see what I seen, man.
Back in my day, we played Project Cars 1.
These were all cheese when I realised.
When I was a lot, we had sticks and stones.
We still do. I'll repeat it before we move on to the next section. Last question from my section. Who won the most individual races across the 15 seasons worth of Race of Winners events? So that's individual races. Back then we had 5 races per night. Some of them are a little bit different now. Some of them have 4. Some of them have 5. Some of them the last set I think had 4 each for the ones we done.
Well, we're just awkward like that, aren't we, guys? We don't keep it uniform set. It's like, I'll do roll of dice. 3 plus 1 make it 4. 6, take away 1, there you go.
That's next gen. That's my section.
Yeah, that's logic.
It's over to Gerald.
Yeah, so the rallying section, so this includes all sorts of rallying, not just contained to one championship, which should be quite good. But we'll start off with the first question, which is, what was the last two-wheel drive rally car to win the WRC Constructors? And a hell of a year it was.
I really want to throw in some facts in the middle of these silences.
Say again, what was the last two-wheel drive rally car to win the WRC Constructors?
We don't want people falling asleep, Jack. No. We need to be on top of this.
Like it.
I know, mate.
Question 2, because I think most people should get that first one. I'm hoping anyway. Question 2, Chris Meek set the fastest rally average speed at Finland. He set it at 78.68 mile per hour average. But what year did he do it in?
What a driver.
followed after his mentor too much, though.
That's what makes him great.
So again, Chris Meek set the fastest rally average speed at Finland in what year? Whereas you can't even say the car he set it in because it'd give it away.
Mind you, it did have quite a long life.
It did, but it gives you quite a narrow window at the same time in comparison. But yeah, 78.68 mile an hour average over however many days it was, and however many miles. It's incredibly quick. Question 3 for the rallying side. How many event wins in the WRC does Sebastian Loeb have? So it's outright WRC wins.
And technically his first one got taken away from him. I'm not going to say what it was. Was he disqualified or penalised? I can't remember.
I don't remember. Yeah, but for anyone that's keen-eyed, back in I think 2012, he ran a special livery with all of his stats on for then. So we'll repeat it again. How many event wins in the WRC does Sebastian Loeb have? Most successful rally driver ever. Although Ogier is gradually nicking away at him. Question number 4, and this had Jack stumped until he realised who it was, which is quite something to have Jack stumped on a question. Colin McRae is the youngest WRC champion. Who is the oldest champion? So obviously we were looking at the person who, when he won a world title, was the oldest of all time to win a title.
In WRC.
In WRC,
George,
yeah.
You did record Jack's reactions here.
I don't think I did.
Well, it will never be existing.
Aha! Hold on the thought.
No.
So just a repeat question 4. Colin McRae is the youngest WRC champion. Who is the oldest champion?
Colin McRae was 25, wasn't he?
27.
27, crikey.
1995, was it?
Yeah,
correct,
it was,
yeah. In the Subaru Impreza. Great little car that was, because that was when Toyota got disqualified for their cheaty turbo. A restrictor.
That's not cheating. That is Japanese engineering at its best.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it was one of the best things I've ever seen in motorsport, but still illegal.
Saying that, you could say the same about the Focus.
The Focus was good, yeah.
Putting the Yank bumper on it to run a bigger intercooler.
Question number 5, though, for rallying is: in what year was Chris Meek crowned IRC champion? For those of you that might not have heard of it, the IRC is the Intercontinental Rally Championship, or at least was.
What is that noise?
It's Mike tuning up the band. He's going for a gig after this, isn't he?
Yeah.
That sounded like a motorbike trying to rev its nuts off but failing horribly.
Go to Berkeley, mate, they're everywhere. You sort of, yeah. Nah, it's semi trying to tune this at the same time, sorry lads.
And just to repeat question number 5, in what year was Chris Meek crowned IRC champion? Again, it was a big championship back in the day, the IRC. It was very, very big. It was a big stepping stone.
He even featured in the adverts at the time as well, I remember him quite well.
Moving on, question number 6. Which rally car did Colin McRae invent? And I must say, it was a wicked little car.
We have to make a little edit on this to say invent in real life, because he did a few concepts in his PS2 games.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, but technically it's still... You could generally say, oh Christ, what's that off? Sorry. You could... Yeah, it's hard to call that.
Real life, let's say real life.
What, me getting fucking confused?
Let's repeat that. Which rally car did Colin McRae invent? And it's a car that would technically be banned in British rallying nowadays.
Serious question of, has anyone actually tried to do it since?
Do what, like, make the car?
Yeah, like do that sort of what he did.
No. Question 7. Which manufacturer won the first WRC Constructors title in 1973? Because obviously back there when it first started, there was no drivers' championship. It was just the constructors. So which manufacturer won the first WRC Constructors title in 1973? So, question 8, and this is a bit of a funny one, but Colin McRae was known for crashing his car. How many retirements did he have in his WRC career? Now, he's not top of the list, which is probably surprising to everyone, but obviously the retirements include crashes and terminal damages. So whether he retired in service or whether he completely wrapped the car into a ball.
Tree, fence, whatever he could get his hands on.
Is it something that's nailed down that could cause a lot of damage? He'd probably hit it.
Broke his thumb as well, didn't he? Was it, I want to say Corsica or San Remo?
Corsica, yeah.
Corsica, yeah.
Corsica went off down the side.
Yeah.
I still don't think it was anything was as big as I think it was Delacour in the Mitsubishi.
Oh god, where it basically
Australia.
ended, Giroday's co-driving professional career. Effectively, that was a huge accident.
And I think Tanax was quite good this year at Monty. That was a very good effort. So just to repeat it, Colin McRae was known for crashing his car. How many retirements did he have in his WRC career? I'll tell you what, next time we need to get like record like a Zoom thing. Have a full-on quiz. That would be funny.
A few bevies or soft drinks, depending on what obviously where you are and all.
Question 9, and this one, I don't know how many people are going to get this one because it's quite a niche sort of rallying one, but Jimmy McRae won the British Rally Championship 5 times. 1981 and 1982 in the Opel Ascona 400, 1987 and 1988 in the Ford Sierra RS Cosworth, and which other car in 1984? So we're looking for the car that Jimmy McRae drove in 1984 to win the British Rally Championship in that year. See Jimmy, legendary father of Colin. I also think one of the McRae's, which is a little bit you kind of put to one side, is Alistair.
Alistair was a decent driver.
He was a very good driver, but it's the only problem when your older brother's
Colin McRae.
Colin McRae, yeah. But yeah, it works for Hyundai, Alistair. I remember WRC on PS2. You got to play as Alistair McRae.
He did in WRC2 Extreme.
So repeat question number 9. Jimmy McRae won the British Rally Championship 5 times. 1981 and 1982 in the Opel Ascona 400. 1987 and 1988 in the Ford Sierra RS Cosworth. And which other car in 1984? It's a long time ago now, isn't it, really? It's nearly 30 years ago. It is 30 years ago, nearly 40 years ago now.
Yeah, it was crikey.
And the final question of the section and the quiz, question effectively 30 of 30. Again, I think we can definitely agree that if you are an original member of the group, you'll probably get this. Otherwise, you're probably taking a bit of a guess. What date was NXTGEN founded? So right back to the beginning.
Wow. I'm not gonna lie, wow.
And we are looking for not the year, the date. So the day, the month, and the year. What date was it founded?
Where's Phil when you need him?
Well, hopefully doing the quiz. Phil will just be there going, yes, that's definitely a question I can answer.
Yep.
I'm just reading the comments while we've been going through. A couple of people saying, Dave saying Meek is at the top of the retirements list. It's not actually.
It's not.
Jordan, I'll let you take that.
So, top of the retirements list is Hanu Mikala.
Yeah.
I won't say the number, because obviously it could give away how many McRae had. But yeah, Hanu Mikala tops the retirements charts.
Ali won the Alistair McRae. He won the British Rally Championship, didn't he? Seems to recall he won it. He went to Hyundai, and I think he went to Mitsubishi for a year. But the problem with the Evo was that it was about as slow as a bucket of wet cement. So then they took a sabbatical, and then they came back with Gilles Pinizzi, Gigi Garley, and Harry Rompera.
Also, chaps, when are we going? Obviously, we're planning. I think we're planning on giving out the results of the quiz tomorrow. Are we?
Yeah.
Are we waiting a week for the answers? Do them. Keep everyone holding on.
I don't think we should do that. I think we should give the answers. We could give the answers now. No, actually, no, because I know what people are like. Actually, no, that's a good point. Let's not do that. That would be bad.
I say we do the results tomorrow. We work out all the results tomorrow, and then we'll next podcast we'll reveal all the answers, because we'll only have to talk about the Monday and the Tuesday next week.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So
Tom Paul to start from the beginning. Good on you, son. Go on, Mikey. What are you going to say, bud?
I was going to say, are we getting these sent in, or is it more or less where...
So form gets submitted, doesn't it, Jordan?
Form gets submitted, and whilst we're in a group chat, probably during the night, I'll be I can mark them, yeah. But
I haven't got much to do over the next 2-3 weeks, so if you throw some my way as well, I'll go through
2-3 weeks.
Working at a factory, I think it's great.
What's our cut-off time, gents, for getting the forms in? So we can
midday tomorrow.
Midday tomorrow, then we can go through them on the evening.
Yeah.
We'll start the business tomorrow, say 9 AM.
Actually, no. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what's actually a better idea. Give them 24 hours. from when the podcast started. So what time's that?
That would be
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So we give until 8 o'clock tomorrow.
To
8 o'clock
20
tomorrow.
hours.
Yeah, 24 hours. And then we'll have a look at the answers tomorrow. Well, tomorrow, Thursday, and we'll have the results up on Thursday evening, Friday, something like that.
Yeah, and then we'll go through the answers in a week.
Yeah, and the winner gets a gold star.
No, you don't.
The winner gets.
sorry.
But I tell you what they get. I'll tell you what they get. They get pressure to make sure they finish top again in the next quiz that we do in 6-7 weeks' time. Because we can do an end of season quiz.
I know what the winner gets. I know what the winner gets.
I think this would be quite good.
Oh, a winner gets a Mike Keating guitar riff.
That's a quality prize. Can't play, but that is a quality. Yeah. You don't need no Gallagher, mate. You just got Mikey Keaton instead. Just, sorted.
Well, let's hope. We hope you've enjoyed it. It's 30 questions. Next time we do it, we might bump up the count a little bit more, and we'll make sure we start on time. Although, don't blame me for that. So, hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll get those results out on Thursday for everyone to have a gander and a look at. You've got 24 hours from until 8 o'clock tomorrow to get your answers in, submitted, and sent through. So, on that note, it's good night from Mikey.
See you later.
Good night from Jordan.
Good night.
And it's good night from me, and wherever you might be in the big wide world. Have a good one, and see you soon.